Mississippi Superstar Country, KX96, your buddy BMO in the morning on this TGIF. Brother Breck in the Max South Broadband News and Weather Center. Randy Bell off for the weekend, and if you are making plans for the weekend, that young lady you heard right there, Mallory Johnson with Hungover, will be performing tonight in Jackson at the Dueling Hall with a very familiar face. Of course, you know I'm talking about our 2023 Mississippi Songwriter of the Year, Naomi Taylor. I've got her brand new single coming up in just a little bit called Surprise Party, but she's joining us on the phone line. First, I want to welcome you to the show, and I have to tell you, I pride myself on being somewhat familiar with some of the newer artists. I humbly apologize. Like many of our listeners today who have never heard of you, I promise you, now that we have, we will never forget you. Mallory, of course, getting ready for the big show tonight at Dueling Hall. And let me start the conversation by asking you this. To have an instrument like that, to have a talent like you have when it comes to songwriting, did you grow up in a musical family?
I sure do. I feel like it's kind of a cliche common story that, you know, a lot of musicians come from a very musical family.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely do, especially on my mother's side. My mom is a country artist herself.
Mm-hmm.
Her name is actually Loretta, ironically, and awesomely, her name is Loretta.
Uh-huh.
And, so she toured. She actually recorded in Nashville herself years ago as a country artist. And so I definitely grew up around country music. I mean, she was on stage singing, you know, covers of Coat of Many Colors and Coal Miner's Daughter when I was in her belly. While she was pregnant, I was being exposed to some of the greats. So I grew up around country music, but also being from Newfoundland and Labrador, there's a lot of the Scottish and the Irish settled there.
Right.
So there's a lot of Celtic music, a lot of folk music influence. And so I grew up around accordions and bagpipes and mandolins and just a lot of these instruments that you play in Celtic music.
Mm.
And I grew up playing that music as well. We had a family band. It was myself and my mom and my uncle and my cousin.
Mm-hmm.
And at 11 years old, we recorded our first album, and that was Irish Newfoundland music. So I've been doing it for a long time, but definitely not country music the whole time. I definitely started with the Celtic stuff, but I feel like there's a lot of continuity and similarities between the genres because storytelling has always been the backbone. So.
Yeah, I was going to say the storytelling is the key ingredient. And I would say that's got to be the common ground between both.